Welcome to
Hey,
Six Train Therapy. I'm DJ MayDay, your
and
creative.
I'm Professor S, so psychotherapist in New York.
Yes, so today we're just gonna touch on some like kind of wacky things that we thought we might want to talk about.
Hmm
The whole Donald Trump mar-a-lago top secret documents fiasco, like how that makes me feel.
hmm
So right now they're in litigation. DOJ, Justice Department, is in litigation with Donald Trump's people about whether they even have the right to prosecute, whether they were um, presidential privilege, that he was allowed to take those
mm
papers,
mm
whether he wasn't. I mean, it's just like a duel, a litigation duel between
hmm
lawyers, as far as I'm
hmm
concerned, right now.
And I think, he is the master of
BS.
stretching things out, coming up with different things. So I think he's armed with a very strong team of attorneys.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to drag this out for as long as he can. I think he's going to make sure that his political base is going to be whipped up to show that there's some kind of injustice that's being done to him, and that it's overstepping the political, um, might, pushing into private citizens' lives.
But
So I think that's going to be something he's going to whip up.
what I'm hoping for is like,
I think it's going to be great for him. All of this, I think, is going to be great.
you think so?
Oh, because he's a showman and
Yeah, but
he's a
this
good
whole
talker.
you don't think these MAGA people got fatigued from this shit?
No,
Like no good news, just like
no,
all bullshit.
no. They're not going to get fatigued by this.
Oh man,
They identify with him. If he's wrong, then we're wrong. If the government can step in on him, the government's going to step in on us.
I saw some wild shit today on social media. Like
Like,
I was just scrolling through my shit, and then he was at a rally. He was giving a rally, and they were doing the finger salute.
what's the finger salute? What
It
does that
was
mean?
that they raised their hand with their fingers pointed up. I think it's their right hand. I could be wrong. I don't
Is that
remember.
like a Nazi salute?
I don't know. It looked
Oh, okay.
very, very, very similar to a Nazi
Okay.
salute. So, like, I'm like, where are we going with this? Like, how is this all going to play out?
Mhm.
The last episode we talked about anxiety. This shit is some anxiety shit.
Sure,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Is this country
And
going to be right for my children to come up in?
yeah, and when you think about how Hitler got into power, it was a very similar kind of growth, develop. What do you call that? Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that. It was whipping up certain aspects of the society that all agreed to certain these things called social ills. So with the Jewish population, they were able to twist people's minds to show that it's the Jews that are taking the money, being in control of things, and so on. So yeah, I think this
Now
is
it's the Mexicans.
it's what?
Now it's the Mexicans.
What do you mean the Mexicans?
Well, a lot of
Oh yes, yes, they're like the targets.
right. They're the
Yeah,
target. They're the
actually
reason
South
why.
Americans. It is a Mexican, but the
Right. I
South
know, but
American
I mean, I was
population.
being.
But yeah, no, I get you.
You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like this is so like beyond my like realm of understanding. Like, should a president be able to take top secret documents after he's not president anymore home?
I mean,
Like, I mean, is that a thing?
who?
I
It
don't think
doesn't.
it
It
is.
does.
I really don't think it
It's
is.
not a
It's the
thing.
government.
You're
It's
not supposed to take stuff home. Now, look, I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on even YouTube talking about all this. I barely listen to CNN when it comes to. I guess on CNN I'll get the 2 minute soundbite. But from what but that's the whole thing. Trump is twisting things that have always been, so to speak. So what is the truth is now fake news. Fake news is now people say, hey, then they question, is that real? So to be honest, I guess I have a different view. I don't really see this as anything all strange and odd. I think that's Trump doing what Trump does well, which he promotes things. He makes people believe things. And there's a lot of people that believe what he says, and there's
well,
millions of
all
people
right.
that do.
And there's another angle to this. All right. Now,
Okay.
let's not act like Democrats and liberals don't have their own agenda. They definitely
Oh
have their
yeah.
own agenda as well.
But I thought we were talking about Trump.
We are talking about Trump.
Okay, you're just
But
adding
I
a
just
gem
because of
to balance it.
yeah, the duality
Okay.
of what's happening right now and how it's kind of out of our hands. So what our choices are just limited to these two very polarizing choices.
hmm
You know what I mean? And I think
Which is crazy.
right. a part of me wants to say the DOJ, Justice Department is acting independently and in how they prosecute stuff because those are top secret like documents, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they're acting on the best interest of the United States,
Mm-hmm.
and not Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think that, right? I'd like to think
They're
that that's
supposed to
the
be a
case.
neutral
I want
party.
to trust that. You
Right.
know what I mean? But it's hard in this highly politicized, like, binary environment that we're in. It's either one or the other. For me to think that the Justice Department is acting solely independently, without any agenda. You know what I mean? I definitely don't trust Donald Trump. I want to trust DOJ and Biden, but
A lot of these appointees came
right.
up through Trump's administration.
Right, and then
So-
they I forgot what it's called, the special master
The
to
master.
review the documents and whether DOJ will be allowed to look at them and prosecute, or will they be given back to Donald Trump and nothing happens. You know
I
what I mean?
think he's just an amazing example of what our country can do. Meaning, you can have leadership that can really break through laws that you think would never be broken. I mean, he was the one that says, grab a woman's pussy. I mean, how would one even? I mean, if you heard that from a politician, you would automatically feel this person is canceled.
Right.
Right?
Like, there's
But
just
yet-
no way that
yeah.
you said that publicly.
Right. You said publicly, you said on film, and he became the president. So all of this that's happening does not surprise me. It doesn't make me feel in any way shocked. I think he's able to do that. And I also think it's a form of white privilege. I mean, I think it's the height
That goes without saying.
I don't know. Some people don't feel that way. They feel that he is being persecuted. He's being wronged the same way a lot of people in this country are being wronged in the same kind of way. So, but it's like the extreme form of white privilege because he's a white male
Right.
and he has a really fantastically strong base. So he has really a lot of support. But if that was a person of color, they'd be shot down immediately.
This is my thing.
They wouldn't be doing all this.
This is my thing. DOJ. I just got one thing to say.
Yeah.
Either come up with some charges, or get the fuck out the way, because you are either going to make them stronger. If you don't come up with some kind of charges and like legitimize the search and all that stuff, this is just going to make them stronger. So you either do it or get out the way, because you're going to make it worse if you do not, find a way to prosecute these so-called charges. You know what I mean?
So with me not knowing the details and just using your framework, it's going to make him stronger.
I hope not. Well,
so this is our rant. That's our chit chat.
Yeah, this was our little rant. Thank you for listening to Six String Therapy. I'm DJ MayDay.
And I was going to say DJ Professor. I'm Professor S.
That's actually a good name.
It is, right?
It's a good name.
Yo, man, I could spin some turntables.
No, you can't.
I know it's true.
You can't. Peace.
Thank you. He's springing stuff on me.